If you woke up today the same as yesterday, you're losing. Let that sink in for a second. Because the truth is, most people wake up, rinse, repeat, and call it living. They don't question it. They don't challenge it. They don't fight it. They just accept it. But you, if you're watching this, there's a part of you that knows you're meant for more. There's a part of you that knows you are not here to coast. You're here to build. You don't drift into greatness. You build it brick by brick. Nobody stumbles into excellence by accident. Nobody accidentally becomes strong, disciplined, wealthy, respected, or impactful. It's built through decisions, through effort, through the willingness to do the things most people avoid. Today, we're going to talk about 10 things, 10 changes, 10 upgrades that separate the average from the exceptional. And before we dive in, I need you to understand something. It isn't genetics. It isn't timing. It's built through sweat, sacrifice, discipline, and consistency. Almost nobody commits to it. Look at the people you admire, athletes, entrepreneurs, students who dominate academically, the military elite, different fields, different backgrounds, different goals, but the same common thread: discipline. They didn't wait for motivation. They didn't hope for better circumstances. They built themselves. I remember meeting someone who changed their entire life by changing one habit, just one. Woke up 30 minutes earlier every day to plan and train. 30 minutes, over a month. Small shift, over a year. New mindset, 5 years. New identity, new opportunities. The power of small disciplined change stacked over time. So before we go any further, I'm asking you, where are you playing small? Where are you letting comfort dictate your destiny? What excuses are you nurturing and protecting like fragile little pets? And here's the hardest question. What would the better you be doing right now? Not tomorrow, not next year. Right now, motivation is a spark. Discipline is the generator. Motivation feels good. It gets you excited. It gives you that rush of energy and optimism. But motivation doesn't pay the bills. Motivation doesn't finish the workout. Motivation doesn't write the book, study for the exam. Motivation gets you started. Discipline gets you finished. Because here's the truth. If you only work when you feel like it, you'll never feel like working. Feelings are inconsistent. They're unstable. They change with sleep, weather, stress, hunger, and mood. Discipline doesn't care about any of that. Discipline means doing what must be done regardless of how you feel. It's not romantic. It's not glamorous, but it's powerful. Discipline builds empires. Think about the military for a second. They don't ask recruits, do you feel like waking up at 4 a.m. and running until your legs shake? No. They ring the bell. They demand action follows. Why? Because they understand something most people never learn. Discipline is trained, not gifted. Take Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest to ever touch a basketball. While most players slept, he was in the gym at 4 a.m. because he was motivated every morning, but because he was disciplined. He understood that discipline compounds. Every shot taken while others slept was a debt paid forward into greatness. Or look at a student. Most cram the night before an exam because they didn't feel like studying. But a disciplined student studies 30 minutes every day. Small, boring, consistent. Yet that small consistency beats panic every time. That's the difference. So how do you build discipline? You start small, micro-discipline, 10-minute tasks. If you can't run for an hour, run for 10 minutes. If you can't read a whole book, 5 pages, what matters is the repetition, not the size. Create time-based habits, not mood-based habits. Set a time, show up, negotiation. Track your streaks. Watch them grow. Watch yourself transform. Ask yourself, What would a disciplined version of you do today? And where in your life are feelings calling the shots? You don't need more motivation. You need more discipline, because discipline makes you dangerous. Discipline makes you consistent. Discipline makes you unstoppable. Consistency beats intensity. Say it again, consistency beats intensity. Anyone can go hard for a day. Anyone can commit for a week. Anyone can show up when it's exciting, new or convenient. But consistency is showing up when nobody is watching, when the hype is gone, when the motivation disappears, and when results are nowhere in sight, yet you stay the course anyway. Where the real growth happens, small steps, repeated, create a giant. Most people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in a year. Consistency is the multiplier. It turns small actions into massive results through momentum, through compounding, through repetition. Because when you do a thing over and over, you don't just get better at it, you get confident in it. And confidence changes everything. Look at the gym. You don't walk in once, lift heavy, and walk out looking like a Greek statue. Day after day, week after week, month after month, you watch your strength go up. You watch your form improve. You watch your body transform. It's not magic, it's math. Reps beat perfection. Or look at YouTube creators. Some of the biggest channels today started with awkward videos, bad lighting, terrible audio, tiny views. But they posted weekly. They improved slowly. They learned from each upload. And consistency took them from 0 to 1,000,000. Intensity, consistency. Even language learning works the same way. You immerse a little every day. 15 minutes of listening, 10 minutes of vocabulary, a few conversations. Over months, your brain adapts. Over years, you're fluent. Small, consistent inputs come massive long-term outputs. So how do you build consistency? You create non-negotiable windows. Time blocks you honor no matter what. You use habit stacking. Attach new habits to existing ones. You review yourself weekly. What worked? What didn't? What needs adjusting? That's how you stay consistent with intention instead of emotion. Now ask yourself, where are you on and off instead of always on? What would happen if you stayed consistent for 12 months? Seriously. Imagine that. No quitting, no disappearing, no starting over, just steady forward pressure. Consistency multiplies everything. It builds momentum. It builds skill. It builds greatness. If you want results that last, consistency is the price you pay. The world punishes the uneducated. Not in a school grade sense, in a life sense. Is ruthless toward people who refuse to learn, because everything you want is trapped inside information you don't have yet, skills you haven't mastered, mindsets you haven't adopted, strategies you haven't discovered. That's why the people who learn fastest adapt fastest. Learning is not a hobby. Learning is a weapon. Books, courses, mentors, they flatten the learning curve. They take decades of someone else's pain, mistakes, failures, experimentation, and compress it into pages and chapters you can absorb in hours. That's an unfair advantage. Leverage. Knowledge improves decision-making. Knowledge improves opportunity awareness. When you read and learn, you start seeing patterns. You start recognizing traps before you step into them. You start noticing opportunities before they disappear. Reading is mental training. Reps for your mind. Look at Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors to ever live. He reads 500 pages a day. People ask him for investment tips, and he tells them to read. Because reading compounds. It builds knowledge layer by layer until you see things other people can't see. That's what makes him dangerous. Or look at entrepreneurs. Before they built companies, many of them studied biographies. Why? Because those stories revealed how great minds solved problems, navigated chaos, and created value. They weren't reading for entertainment. They were training for war. Students do this too, not just in school, through self-education. A student who learns coding on the side, reads business books, studies psychology, or watches tutorials increases their earning power before they even graduate. Learning compounds in the same way money compounds, slowly at first, then explosively. So how do you apply this? Read 10, 15 pages a day. Listen to audiobooks while you commute or walk. Summarize what you learn so you don't just consume, you integrate. Information without retention is wasted. Ask yourself, when was the last time you learned something new? Are you running on outdated information, outdated skills, outdated beliefs? Learning gives you armor. Learning gives you options. Learning gives you speed. And in a world that's changing fast, the learners inherit the advantage. Everyone else pays the price. When the call comes, will you be ready? That's the question most people never ask themselves. They pray for opportunities. They dream about opportunities. They talk about opportunities, but when opportunity finally knocks, they're not prepared to answer the door. And life does not wait. Life does not slow down while you get your act together. Opportunities come suddenly, without warning, and most people miss them simply because they weren't ready. People call it luck. Luck is nothing more than preparation meeting opportunity. Prepared people look lucky because they make success look effortless. They walk into interviews confident. They step into leadership roles smoothly. They take on challenges without hesitation. Why? Because they've been preparing long before the spotlight hit them. Preparation reduces anxiety and increases execution. When you're prepared, nerves turn into fuel. When you're unprepared, nerves turn into fear. Athletes understand this better than anyone. They don't practice for fun. They don't run drills because they're bored. They train for the moment, for the shot, for the play, for the championship. When the game is on the line, you don't rise to the level of motivation. You fall to the level of your preparation. Think about the bench player who stays ready. He may not get called for weeks, maybe months, but one day the starter gets injured, the coach turns, points, and says, "You're in." And in that moment, one moment, he either shines or shrinks. The difference was decided long before that game. In empty gyms and unseen workouts, or the job candidate who walks in with a portfolio of projects, references, and research. While others hope to wing it, they walk in ready to dominate. Same opportunity, different outcome. Same with students. The stressed out cram session the night before the exam, that's not studying, that's panic. The student who started weeks earlier, walk in calm. Calm because preparation kills panic. So how do you prepare? Rehearse scenarios, build readiness habits, save money, build skills, make connections, upgrade your tools, keep an updated portfolio, resume or reel. When the door opens, you shouldn't need time to get ready. You should already be ready. Now ask yourself, if the chance came tomorrow, could you take it? And the harder question, what have you been praying for without preparing for? Stay ready, so you never have to get ready. Listen to me, your environment is not neutral. It's shaping you, molding you, influencing your thoughts, affecting your habits, ultimately determining your trajectory. Your circle is either your power source or your poison. If you hang around 5 disciplined people, you become the 6th. If you hang around 5 lazy people, you become the 6th. Influence is contagious. Energy is contagious. Mindset is contagious. The question isn't, am I being influenced? The real question is, who am I being influenced by? Most people underestimate how much their environment is holding them back. Environments breed mediocrity. Negative friends normalize complaining. Chaotic households normalize chaos. Lazy circles normalize procrastination. And before you know it, your dreams become uncomfortable while your distractions become home. Watch what happens when someone steps into a healthy environment. Standards rise, habits change, vision expands. Athletes who train in elite gyms suddenly level up. Students who study together elevate each other's grades. Entrepreneurs who join mastermind groups grow faster because the room demands more. Environments either starve your potential or feed it. So I need you to audit your circle, not with anger or ego, but with honesty. Ask yourself, who am I becoming because of who I'm around? Are you becoming sharper, stronger, more focused? Or are you becoming bitter, lazy, inconsistent? And don't just evaluate the physical environment, evaluate the digital one. Your social feeds are environments. Your favorite creators are influences. Create digital role models. Follow people who are where you want to be. Join groups, clubs, communities that stretch you and challenge you. Put yourself in rooms where excellence is normal, where discipline is assumed, where greatness is expected. Because at the end of the day, your dreams need safety, your goals need protection. So ask yourself, are my dreams safe in my environment? If the answer is no, upgrade the environment, upgrade the circle, upgrade the standard. Because when you upgrade the room, you upgrade your life. Success means nothing if you're too tired to enjoy it. Let that sink in. You can have the goals, the vision, the ambition, the strategy. But if your body has no energy, your dreams will never leave the ground. Energy fuels achievement. Without health, ambition collapses. We live in a generation that glorifies the grind, celebrates burnout, and then wonders why our focus is shattered, our emotions are unstable, and our motivation disappears after 2 days. Listen to me. Healthy body creates a powerful mind. A tired body creates a foggy mind. A foggy mind sabotages your goals. Think about it. Physical health is not just physical. When your body is strong, your mind is sharper. When you sleep well, you think better. When you move your body, you regulate stress. When you nourish yourself properly, your brain fires faster. Physical health, mental clarity, better decisions, better outcomes. This is the performance chain most people ignore. Look at athletes. They don't take care of their bodies for fun. They do it for performance. They sleep, they stretch, they fuel, they recover. Compare that to the average person sitting for 10 hours, eating processed food, sleeping 5 hours, wondering why they're anxious, irritable, and unmotivated. It's not a mystery, it's biology. Students who exercise before studying show better cognitive performance. Entrepreneurs who ignored their bodies in their 20s often end up burned out in their 30s. And the only way they rebuild is through health. I've seen CEOs step down, change diets, fix sleep, and suddenly their business rebounds because their brain is finally operating at full capacity. So let's get practical. This is not about becoming a bodybuilder. It's not about running marathons. It's about respecting the machine that carries your ambition. Walk 10, 30 minutes a day. Drink water like your brain depends on it, because it does. Set a sleep schedule and protect it like a meeting with your future. Add basic strength training to keep your body durable. Small habits compound in returns. But I need you to ask yourself, are you operating at 100% energy or 40%? Are you waking up ready to attack your goals, or are you dragging yourself through survival mode? Is your body supporting your dreams or sabotaging them? Most people pray for success while treating their body like an afterthought. Your body is the first tool God gave you. It's your vehicle. And vehicles don't win races with no fuel, no oil, no maintenance. This is the foundation of performance. Not just for athletes, not just for entrepreneurs, anyone who wants to live intentionally, achieve deeply, and feel alive doing it. Protect your health, and your future will thank you. Grade your energy, upgrade your results. When the body is strong, the mind becomes unstoppable. Comfort makes you weak. Struggle makes you sharp. Say it again, comfort makes you weak. Struggle makes you sharp. It is not about avoiding pain. It's about learning to thrive despite it. The hard moments forge strong character. Every setback, every disappointment, every challenge is a hammer shaping the steel of your mind. Toughness is the competitive advantage that separates those who succeed from those who settle. And here's the truth. If you can stay calm under pressure, you win. Not sometimes, not maybe, you win. Mental toughness isn't about avoiding stress. It's about how you handle stress. It's about how you respond to adversity, disappointment, or failure. Emotional control isn't suppressing feelings. It's choosing how you act, how you respond, move forward when everything around you screams to quit. Delayed gratification is a huge part of it. Most people chase the immediate, the comfortable, the easy fix. Mentally tough people sacrifice the temporary pleasure today for long-term success tomorrow. They don't react impulsively. They respond intentionally. Think about athletes playing injured, putting their bodies through pain, staying focused on the goal. Think about entrepreneurs who lost everything, money, credibility, security, and rebuilt stronger than before. Think about students grinding throughout hours of studying, resisting distraction, learning the value of delayed gratification. The pattern is the same. Mental toughness creates resilience. Resilience creates results. So how do you build it? Start small, cold exposure, intense workouts, fasting. These aren't punishments, training tools. Journaling forces you to face your thoughts and patterns. Cognitive reframing teaches your mind to see obstacles as opportunities instead of threats. It's about practice. You don't wait for the storm to become resilient. You build resilience before the storm hits. Ask yourself, what adversity made you stronger? And the harder question, where do you break the fastest? Wherever you break is exactly where you need to train. Mental toughness is not a gift. It's a muscle. And muscles grow under tension, under resistance, under strain. So embrace the struggle, control your emotions, sharpen your mind. When life pressures you, pressure becomes power. When others crumble, you rise. And that is what it means to be unstoppable. Procrastination is the graveyard of goals. Every dream you've ever had that's collecting dust, that's procrastination at work. Fear, perfectionism, overthinking, they're the grave diggers. And the truth is, you will never feel 100% ready. You'll never have all the conditions aligned. You'll never magically have the perfect timing, the perfect tools, the perfect idea. So here's the rule: start before you're ready, because you'll never be ready. Perfectionism is a killer. It stops progress dead in its tracks. The first version is always rough. The first draft will look bad, sound bad. That's okay. That's expected. Momentum matters more than hesitation. Motion creates clarity. Action cures fear. The longer you wait, the louder your doubts get. The moment you start, even ugly, you gain insight, learn faster, build the muscle of execution. Look at YouTubers who posted their cringe-worthy first videos. Awkward lighting, shaky camera, terrible audio, yet they started. Today, they have millions of views. Entrepreneurs launch MVPs that are imperfect, incomplete, often embarrassing, but they learn, pivot, and grow. Students who dive in and practice rather than wait for the perfect moment learn faster than those who endlessly plan. Momentum compounds where hesitation rots. So how do you kill procrastination? Start small. Use the 5-minute rule. Commit to doing a task for 5 minutes and watch how momentum carries you forward. Break big tasks into micro actions. Use the Pomodoro method. 25 minutes of focused work, 5 minutes break. Tiny, consistent steps create unstoppable progress. The key is motion, not perfection. The key is showing up, styling the setup. Ask yourself, what dream have you delayed into dust? And the harder question, what could you start today in just 5 minutes? Don't wait for clarity to strike. Don't wait for motivation to appear. Start ugly, start messy, start scared, start uncertain, because starting is the bridge between wanting and achieving. Start today, start imperfect, and let momentum turn your Hogarthly start into unstoppable success. If you don't control your money will control you. Think about that for a second. You can be the hardest worker in the room, the smartest, the most ambitious, but if you mismanage your finances, stress follows you everywhere. Money doesn't guarantee happiness. Mismanaging it guarantees pain. Wealth isn't flashy. Wealth isn't instant. Wealth is built quietly through habits, through discipline, through foresight. Financial discipline is not about being cheap. It's about being smart. Budgeting, saving, and investing are the foundations of freedom. Avoid the traps, consumer debt, lifestyle inflation, impulsive spending, and delayed gratification. The people you see flashing cars, designer clothes, or vacations. Many of them are broke behind the scenes. And then there are those who earn less but live below their means. Invest wisely and watch their wealth compound quietly over time. That's the difference between stress and security, chaos and control. Look at students who start saving early, even tiny amounts. $10 a week at age 18, invested wisely, can become hundreds of thousands by 40 through compound interest. Look at immigrants who built wealth from nothing, not because they earned more than everyone else, because they were disciplined with what they had. Look at people with six-figure incomes who are broke at 30 because they spent like money was infinite. Discipline is the multiplier. So how do you start? Automate your savings. A percentage of every paycheck goes straight to investments or savings. Learn the basics of investing: index funds, ETFs, low-cost options that grow quietly but steadily. Build high-value skills that increase your income. Money is energy, and the more energy you have under control, the more power you have over your life. Ask yourself, do you know where your money goes? Are you building stability or chaos? Are you planting seeds for the future or burning them for temporary pleasure? Financial discipline isn't glamorous, but it's freeing. It's the bridge between survival and freedom. It's the key to sleeping at night without anxiety. It's the foundation that allows every other goal: health, performance, relationships, personal growth to thrive. Start today. Control your money or watch it control you. The choice is yours. Without vision, discipline feels like punishment. Think about it. You can wake up at 4 a.m., grind, study, train, save, invest, push through pain, and still feel empty if you don't know why. Purpose gives pain a reason. Purpose fuels endurance. Purpose gives meaning to every sacrifice, every struggle, every sleepless night. Without it, effort is hollow. With it, becomes unstoppable. Your why matters more than your how. Goals are steps, vision is the road, and mission is the compass. Athletes train for championships. They endure grueling workouts, not because they feel like it, because they see the finish line. Students grind toward careers, even through tedious assignments, because they know where they're headed. Entrepreneurs solve problems for society, stay up late, face rejection, and innovate, because the mission matters more than temporary discomfort. Passion isn't required at first. Responsibility, duty, commitment create purpose where passion doesn't exist yet. Vision is not just about dreaming. It's about designing. Write a 5-year vision, not vague, not fluffy, specific, measurable, tangible. Reverse engineer your goals from that vision. Break the long term into actionable steps. Identify your values. What matters to you most? What principles will you not compromise on? When your values align with your actions, Purpose becomes the engine that drives every decision. Ask yourself, what mission would you die for? What is the reason that makes hardship feel worth it? And the harder question, if you continue on your current path, where will you end up? Are you drifting? Or are you steering toward something meaningful, something larger than yourself? Vision transforms sacrifice into opportunity. Purpose turns effort into legacy. Long-term thinking allows you to navigate setbacks without losing momentum because you're anchored in something deeper than today's wins or losses. Without it, the grind feels like punishment. With it, every early morning, every hard decision, every challenge becomes a step toward a future that matters. So define your why, build your vision, live your mission. Because when your purpose is clear, nothing, not fear, not fatigue, not failure, can stop you. Watching motivational videos won't change your life. Acting will. Listen closely, improvement isn't an event, it's a lifestyle. It's not about inspiration for 10 minutes. It's about the relentless daily commitment to becoming better than you were yesterday. And right now you have a choice. Will you walk away and go back to comfort, or will you take what you've learned and actually do something? Let's recap. Discipline over motivation, consistency as the multiplier. Reading and learning faster than life can hit you. Preparation and staying ready. Environment and association. Health as the foundation. Mental toughness and emotional control. Killing procrastination and starting ugly. And purpose, meaning long-term vision. 10 things, 10 upgrades, 10 keys that separate the average from the exceptional. These are not suggestions. They are requirements. And here's the truth. Improvement is not a hobby. It's who you become. Your identity is in the making. Every choice, every habit, small action. So I'm challenging you, start one habit today, not tomorrow, not next week. Today, one toxic factor in your life, a habit, a person, a distraction. Commit to 90 days of relentless execution. Small actions compound, they create momentum, they build character, they transform lives. Your future self is watching. They are waiting for you to step up, and they will either thank you or be disappointed. Ask yourself the questions that really matter. Who are you becoming? What will you do next? What will be your story? Because the story isn't written by watching, by showing up, by making hard decisions, taking risks, embracing discomfort, and refusing to settle. Decide. Commit. Change. The path forward is yours, but it starts with one step, one choice, one action. Do not wait for perfect conditions. Wait for motivation. Take what you've learned here and turn it into real transformation right now. Your future self is waiting. Don't disappoint them. The time is today. The choice is yours.